Let's do a quick Epstein deep dive.
Okay, so in the Epstein files, Epstein talks to a man named Seckel about using bots to clear up his name. He specifically is going into how he's set because it's costing tens of thousands of dollars, and he was told it would be $10,000, and now it's 20,000, 30,000, and he's just mad because he feels like he's being scammed. And I was like, look, there's just so much bad stuff about you. Like, it's just taking so much more money than I thought it would because I'm just pushing down and they're pushing back up. I post good things about you, they post bad things. And it turns out they were weaponizing bots, by the way. They were using bots to interact with content and using SEO to push a narrative that was positive about Epstein. They were using bots to make Epstein look good. And this just confirms everything I've suspected about the Trump administration and the fact that Twitter and Facebook are extremely astroturfed. But that's a point for another day. So I'm like, okay, who's this man? Is he still doing this? What does he do? Like, is he someone significant? Is he connected to anything happening in the current administration? Is there something I could find to kind of prove my hypothesis? No, Al's dead. Al died in 2015 when he fell off of a cliff in France, and no one found him for days. He was only found because his body was rotting and smelled so bad. They ruled his death a suicide, and that's really all I could find. I could not find any actual articles from that time, even on French outlets for that area. He had moved there with his wife to take care of her sick mom, his wife being Isabel Maxwell. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell's sister. He was Ghislaine Maxwell's brother-in-law. And then it kind of all starts to come together. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Found dead in July 2015, but we don't actually know the day he died. I did cross-reference Epstein's flight logs, and he had visited France that year, but it was back in February. But something interesting I found out about Al. Al, like Jeffrey, liked to create illusions. He liked to create optical illusions. That was his big thing. In 2015, it had come out in a magazine called Tablet Magazine that Al owed a lot of people money, that he was defrauding people, and turns out Al had absconded with like $500,000 at some point, and so obviously he had a lot of enemies, right? But he also was really into collecting rare books, so much that he would defraud people and create an illusion that he had more money than he did to get what he wanted, and then try to make money that way. Very similar to how Jeffrey Epstein defrauded people when he first got into wealth, telling people that he had a teaching degree, having the job for a certain amount of time, and being able to continue to do things and get away with it, despite the fact he didn't have the credentials. Because even up until his death, that's something that Epstein was doing. He was telling people he had more power, more things than he did. And that's what his brother Al was doing.